We're going to take a closer look at the California community colleges, specifically the application process, but we're not going to go through every single piece of information on these websites that we'll be looking at. Please go ahead and explore. There's a lot of information that is useful to you and will be useful to you if this is the path that you choose to take. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the California Community Colleges webpage, and it's your gateway to all of the community colleges within California. Right now we're looking at the home page. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom here. So these sections are where you'll find a bunch of different information. So exploring what the colleges offer, find online courses and programs, and the different admission requirements to each of the colleges. So definitely take a close look at that because each college has a different requirement for admission. And then under the apply section, the admission applications, the California College Promise Grant, which is talks about the fee waiver, and then international applications. And then the financial aid section, can I afford college, where can I get help, and how do I apply for financial aid? So definitely look at all of that. And there is a section, up on top for parents to take a look at if they want to get a little bit more informed about it. So let's go ahead and look at the apply section. So applying for admission. Alright, so to apply for regular admission to a California community college, begin by selecting a community college from the drop-down menu in the Apply Today tool. We'll talk about that in a second. So when you click Apply with a college chosen, you'll be directed to that college's admission application process. And again, be sure to read through the admission application requirements carefully. Each college sets its own requirements. So there are 115 colleges with 2.1 million students from all over the world who are building their career skills, preparing for a transfer to four-year college and universities, or simply enriching their lives through learning. So here's a scroll down or drop down of the different colleges. Some you may be familiar with, others you might not. College of the Redwoods, College of the Sequoias, East LA College, Glendale Community College, LA City, so on and so forth. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at Bakersfield College. Okay, so when you click on that, Bakersfield College, you're redirected to this page. Okay, and it's a Bakersfield College page. It has new student admission, and it gives you the steps for becoming a student. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at applying. So that's step one. So first off, they start with a little introductory video about what they have to offer and so on and so forth. This section, who may apply. And then here, you're preparing. Before you begin your application, make sure you have everything on hand that you may need because you'll be asked a lot of personal information, such as your name, mailing address, social security number, driver's license number if you have one, your high school transcripts, your last English and math classes completed and the grade you completed, and information about your parents. Okay, so completing the online application. So there's a returning student section and a new student section. We're going to look at the new students. So the different steps, you're going to first off create an account with the CCC Apply, the California Community College Apply, with your valid email address. And then you'll be completing all fields of this particular college application. And if you don't finish your application completely, you can save your place, and that's pretty much true with any applications. And then when you're done, you submit, you confirm, and then so on and so forth. So you would click here to apply to Bakersfield College by opening the CCC link here, and that directs you here. And So this is the application to the college. So it says the OpenCCC single sign-in account allows you to access the online services of the California Community Colleges. OpenCCC is a service of the California Community College Chancellor's Office. The information in your account is kept private and secure. So if you're a first-time user, you click on Create an Account. If you started it and then finish and come back, you just press Sign In. Okay, so let's click on Create an Account. Takes a second. Alright, so this allows you to access the college's secure web applications. You must have an email address because the CCC will use your email to send you important information. You'll need to provide an email address when you create your account. So here's a listing where you can get a free email account if you don't have one already. And again, everything's secure. Alright, so we're going to just actually look at page 1. We just click Begin Creating My Account, just so you have a general idea of what it looks like. So your name, your first name, your middle name, your last name. Make sure they're your legal names, not your nicknames that you may use. If you have previous names, if you were married before, a preferred name, date of birth, then you confirm your date of birth, your social security number, and then you continue, so on and so forth. Okay, so you've completed applying with your CCC account. You open that up and you submitted your application. Again, we're looking at Bakersfield College as an example. So now we're at step 2, looking at orientation. So there's a new student orientation, who's required, why is there an orientation. There's both, I guess, in person and online orientations. This talks about, what it's the details, where you'd meet if you're going for an in-person, parking information. And so let's go on to placement, step 3. Placement is where you this is no more assessment tests. Instead, we use high school GPA and coursework to recommend the courses to make you successful in your goals. So again, this is Bakersfield City College. That's their requirement. Gives you information about your high school records and how you go about dealing with that. And then how you'll be placed. So if you do have your high school records, which you probably do since you're in high school right now, there's a certain path that you follow. If you don't have them, and then if you need additional support. So, keep this in mind. Say you don't go to college right away, and then you do decide to go to a community college later in life, and you can't get a hold of or don't have access to your high school records. You look at this type of page to help you, guide you. Okay, so next we're on step 4, the education planning. This is where you develop an education plan. College is an exciting time for new students. Stay on the right path and take only the courses you need to prepare you for your education goal. The student education plan is designed to help you understand your degree, your certificate, or major pathway, the requirements for your education goal, and prepare you to register for the right classes. And sometimes, requirements may change. If you've been there a year, sometimes a course might be added or something might be deleted. So it's definitely a good idea to have an education plan. You would meet with a counselor or an educational advisor to finalize this plan, and here's the information how you do that. And again, this is specifically for Bakersfield College, but most colleges have the same type of information. And this is, the things you would bring to that meeting, whether it's online or in person. Alright, step 5 is finally we get to register for our classes. And here's the information on how to do that. We log in, and then you just follow the directions in terms of how to register for classes. Okay, now it's a good idea to do all of this early because classes get filled quickly. The returning students are able to register for their classes faster because they don't have to go through the application process. They're just a returning student. They have their CCC account. They've already applied to the school, and bam, they just start registering for classes. So definitely start this process early if you know what college you want to go to, so that you don't miss out on any courses that you're interested in. And that's pretty much it for the application process for a community college within California. And again, this was a specific college, but look at your college to see what the requirements are and have fun exploring.